RP X, RP Peep, RP Mac. You ain't having no relax, this shit got me tearing up.
What's good, y'all? I'm Jerry. Today I'm about to check out 10 WWE wrestlers who shockingly admitted to drug addiction. This video about WrestleMania. We all know that due to the amount of action that they do in the ring leads to a lot of wear and tear on their body, and that also leads to drug problems and alcohol problems to kind of ease that pain. And a lot of wrestlers have died young due to drug problems, and also the ones that did recover from having drug problems were able to talk about it. And it also takes a strong person to admit that they have a problem and to share their previous addiction recovery stories to the world. So let's check out who admitted to having a shocking drug addiction.
Hey guys, what is going on? This is WrestleMania back with another episode. Like any entertainment industry, professional wrestling isn't immune to recreational drugs amongst its performers, with some wrestlers even having admitted to their use. Join us now as WrestleMania looks at wrestlers who have admitted using drugs. For the purposes of this video, we're not talking about steroid use. Number 1. Bret Hart.
Bret Hart
wasn't a big pill popper, but he did enjoy relaxing, like many of his colleagues, in his case, indulging in marijuana. Don't take our word for it, just check these comments out from the Excellence of Execution's memoir, Hitman. Smith found some marijuana, which helped our dysentery, and some buddies I called Cheech and Chong had given me a giant baggie filled with Mexican dirtweed. For Hart, marijuana seemed preferable to alcohol, so when Vince McMahon announced the WWF was testing for marijuana, I handed a big fat joint to Owen and explained that it was probably the last time we'd be able to smoke pot for a while. Owen, so straight-laced most of the time, let his hair down and we both took a few hits.
What's up?
Number 2, Hulk Hogan.
Hogan?
In his second autobiography, My Life Outside the Ring, Hulk Hogan is upfront about his past drug use, recalling how the thing that's most memorable about partying in the late 70s and early 80s was the cocaine. It first showed up in my personal circles about halfway through my run in Minnesota, right around when Linda and I started dating. At first I didn't know what the it was, but everybody tried it too. I didn't know what it was supposed to do.
Peer pressure.
It didn't seem to have that big an effect on me. Hogan goes on to talk about how cocaine became so prevalent during the 80s, but that I never did large amounts of this stuff, and the most I probably hit it was 4 days a week. If it was there, it was there.
I understand that because cocaine was everywhere.
Nonetheless,
basketball players
difficult
even
to stop
dying
using
from
the
cocaine
drug.
addiction.
That is, until his brother Alan
addictions.
borrowed money from him, claiming he was desperately behind on bills. Not long after, Hogan learned his brother had purchased money for drugs and was found dead in a hotel room after overdosing.
For real?
Hogan claims he stopped using cocaine after this tragedy. Number 3, Roddy Piper. Roddy Piper admitted his drug use during an interview with Real Sports' Armin Ketchian, explaining the lifestyle that made it tempting for him and other wrestlers to fall prey to abusing drugs. You bring cocaine into the picture. There's my buddies. I'll have some drinks, and then you say, holy cow, it's 4 a.m. What time's your plane? 7. What time do you need to get up? 5:30. Do a line of cocaine, get on the plane. Then it's time to fight. No downers there. Let's go. But it's nice to have a little painkiller in you as you go in, or a lot, and now you come to the ring. Asked if he lived like that for 20 years, Piper wiped his face and said, non-stop.
Damn.
Although this story isn't one of a wrestler admitting their drug use, it's so outrageous it needs to be told. In his autobiography, To Be the Man, Nature Boy Ric Flair recalls a match in the Dominican Republic that got so out of control that Flair asked
my coworker actually
Piper accompany him
told me about Ric Flair's
rematch.
addiction to cocaine.
Piper came along, keeping Flair safe and helping him
With his
control.
drug use, not his addiction.
Flair recalls the payout he and Piper got for their match. For my effort, I was paid $5,000. Piper got $500 and a spittoon full of cocaine. Now I was laughing out loud, watching Roddy shovel that shit up his nose, like Al Pacino in Scarface. Number 4, Jake Roberts. Jake Roberts wasn't just the poster boy for saying no to drugs, he was the poster boy for what drugs can do to an individual's life, including their career. Thankfully, Roberts seems to have gotten his personal demons under control. See our Behind the Titantron episode Snake Bitten for more details. But during an appearance on the Joe Rogan podcast, Jake explained how dangerous his drug use was. I'm lucky I didn't get into heroin, Roberts explained. I probably wouldn't have beaten that one. Yeah, I would because this is what I'm meant to be doing. But to go through 25 or 30 years of doing cocaine, I thank Vince McMahon for affording me my addiction because without it, I would be in prison somewhere. I would have killed somebody for my drug. No, without a doubt, I would have knifed him or whatever, man. That guy's got an 8-ball of cocaine. Watch this. Pretends to stab. Done. Life meant nothing to me, man.
Damn.
Robert's lifelong battle with personal demons has been the subject of documentaries such as Pick Your Poison and The Resurrection of Jake the Snake.
Crazy.
Number 5, Sunny. Like Jake the Snake Roberts, Tammy Sitch is lucky to be alive given the substance abuse she's inflicted upon herself, and hopefully she will find sobriety as Roberts has. Sitch discussed her drug use in her book, A Star Shattered. Prescription pills were commonplace in the locker room, for all the boys and myself as well. I can't remember exactly when I took my first pill, but it was shortly after I took my first drink with Shawn. And I honestly can't remember who gave me my first pill, either Shawn or Davey Boy Smith, but I do remember that the first pill was a Soma. Sitch goes on to recount how she would travel to Mexico to bring back prescription drugs for herself and her fellow wrestlers, bringing back outrageous quantities of drugs.
Damn.
On one trip, she remembers carrying a bag with 1,000 Vicodin, 1,000 Percocet, 3,000 Somas, 2,000 Xanax, 2,000 Valium, 500 Rohypnol, testosterone preloaded syringes, vials of Winstall, and clenbuterol tabs. Number 6,
Wow.
Shawn Michaels. While Shawn Michaels enjoyed incredible success in the ring, his life outside the life eventually broke down, as personal demons threatened to destroy him. In his second autobiography, Wrestling for My Life, the Heartbreak Kid reflects on why he began abusing drugs and alcohol. I had drunk a lot, done drugs, and popped pills for 2 reasons. Because of boredom, and because I was empty and lonely. Things worsened until Michaels realized my life had spiraled out of control. Drinking too much, chasing women, doing drugs, popping pills, that I did not like who I really was. A winner in the business, I had become a loser in life. Michaels turned to God for help, overcoming his addictions and moving on with his life. Number 7, Marty Jannetty. Regrettably, Shawn Michaels' Rockers tag team partner Marty Jannetty still seems to be battling personal demons. Michaels and Jannetty's partying ways were well known during their early career as the Rockers, allegedly leading to their dismissal from the WWF during their first campaign there. Sadly, Jannetty still battles substance abuse, as revealed in a social media post in June 2019. Y'all know I play on here a lot, but about to be real right now. I've been partying way too much lately, possibly every day since WrestleMania, however long ago that was, 30 to 40 days, I don't even know, but I need to stop, Jannetty wrote. But it's just hard. My personality doesn't allow me to be bored, and for me, going from 350 days a year on the road, over 100 beautiful ladies per year for many, many years, to living in backwoods Alabama right now, and only doing shows on weekends, what the hell else am I going to do during the week? Drink, smoke a little plant, and possibly throw a little powder up. Then have sex with all the neighbor girls. Number 8, the Iron Sheik. The Iron Sheik's battles with drug addiction are well known, including the documentary The Sheik. The Iron Sheik's drug use became public knowledge when he and kayfabe nemesis Hacksaw Jim Duggan were arrested in 1987 when New Jersey State Police pulled their car over, discovering cocaine on the Sheik. Duggan was driving under the influence of marijuana.
Damn.
Both wrestlers were fired after this shocking breach of kayfabe. Despite costing the Iron Sheik a small fortune in missed matches, the drug use continued. In a 2014 interview, the former WWF champion explained why drug use was so common during his career. Life on the road not easy. You live in the cold arena, hotel, airport, day after day, you get tired, lonely very quick. The drug take away all the pain from the match, help you go to sleep, and this way I understand how it take you there. It's not easy to be in this business, Bubba. Things have turned around, and the Iron Sheik is proud to be clean. I come clean, my greatest championship. I have family and my agents. They tell me if I don't get clean up, I'm going to die. I see what happened to all my brothers in the wrestling. This way I want to do my best to make everybody know I am champion of everything I do. I'm very proud I drug free. Number 9, William Regal.
Regal was on drugs?
William Regal, considered by many to be one of the finest in-ring technicians in the modern age, yet trapped in the pit of personal addiction. In his memoir, Walking a Golden Mile, Regal remembers his drugs of choice. An old friend who sorted me out with my 3 favorite drugs. He gave me 500 Valium, some Hypnoval, which knocks you out completely, and a load of Nubank. That's an opiate. Over the next 2 weeks, I took Valium every day, enough to put half a dozen monkeys to sleep.
Damn.
By day, I ingested Nubane. By night, I shot Hypnoval into myself, passing out for a couple of hours, and shooting more whenever I woke up throughout the night until I'd had enough. I couldn't even consider getting out of bed in the morning until I swallowed Valium. Thankfully, Regal was able to conquer his addictions and currently serves as NXT's storyline general manager. Number 10, Matt Hardy.
Yeah, alright.
Although Jeff Hardy's battles with booze and drugs continues to plague him, brother Matt battled substance abuse as well, opening up about it on the WWE 24 documentary detailing Jeff and Matt's careers. During an appearance on Lillian Garcia's podcast, Hardy gave words of encouragement for those battling personal demons. The biggest thing that I can say to all the people is that if you can hang in there and keep your chin up and keep it going in a positive direction, it will always get better, he said. You have to want it. You have to want to get better and want to be in a better place. You can always come back. Every day is a new day, and it's a new day to make you change as a person. Well, guys, there you have it. 10 wrestlers who admitted using recreational drugs. This list is by no means exhaustive, so let us know if you'd like to see another video like this. Do any of these names surprise you? Be sure to leave your comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time for some more wrestling content. Hey guys, what is...
That's what's up, bro. It takes a strong person to admit that they have a problem and to kind of motivate other people to get out of their problem, out of their situation, and try to get better. Because they know the person who recovered from having a drug addiction, they know how bad it was, how that's all they did every day, every single day, all day, was do drugs and have that high, and saw how it was destroying not only themselves but the people that loved them and people that was around them every day. And it takes a strong person to admit that they have a problem and to admit to, well, really just give advice on just fighting it, trying to fight that addiction and just try to get help. But anyway, let me know what y'all thought of the video, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.